I've helped hundreds of thousands of people retire early with confidence, and I'm going to go over a few common mistakes that people make in the first year of an early retirement and how you can make sure to go through that early retirement, really the first year, with full confidence that you are going to be more than fine. Some people say, am I going to be okay? I don't want you to just be okay. I want you confident going, yes, I am spending exactly what I know I can spend without any hesitation or guilt or anything that's going to cause you to feel that you could potentially run out of money. That would be defeating the purpose of good planning. So let's hop in and start working through that. My name is Taublieb. I am a financial planner. I help people retire early, and I love doing it. I'm the host of the Early Retirement Podcast and vice president here at Root Financial Partners. We all build up, whether intentional or not, an idea of what is going to happen in that first year of an early retirement. Some people have ideas that are really far-fetched, and it's, oh my gosh, what if all these things happen? Other people, it's, hey, I've got a good sense of what's going to happen, but whatever it is that's going on in your head, if you're approaching an early retirement, I'm going to hopefully take away some anxiety that you might be potentially feeling. Now, sometimes there's fun things that we're thinking of, and I want you to keep thinking of those fun things, but it's my job to make sure you're thinking through everything intentionally. Some of these are financial, of course, and some of these are not so financial. Let's hop in so that you can have that confidence. Number one, financial planning does not end in the first year of an early retirement. What do you do when markets go up and down? What do you do when it comes to structuring withdrawals? How do you make sure to plan for income sources that hit at different times? An early retirement is a wonderful thing. Now, not everyone can do it. There's one thing when you do it on paper. It's another thing to do it well. The last thing I want is for you to retire early, call it 60, 61, 62, anytime before 65. But now you've retired early and now you're second guessing going out to eat or taking that big trip or doing something along those lines. And that to me is not a successful early retirement. I want you retired early with full confidence that one, yes, you'll never run out of money, but two, that you can go do all those things you've been planning and waiting for. So when it comes to an early retirement, some people think the planning's done. You did it. That's really when I see it. You're entering into phase two of your early retirement, which is phase one was all that accumulation and saving and investing that you're doing. Phase two is now optimizing the next 10, 15 years of that early retirement so you have confidence that you can do everything you want to do. The second thing that most people do not consider is that market downturns will feel different, and they just will. No matter how much planning you go through, I have this conversation with a lot of my clients. They're like, Ari, it's a whole lot easier to contribute to my 401k or Roth IRA, and I know markets are going up and down, but it's easier to do so when I'm getting in at a discount, when I'm going in and I'm shopping for those different funds or ETFs, and you're getting in knowing you can add more dollars. It's a scary feeling, or scarier feeling, I should say, once you are retired and no longer adding new dollars. However, if you have a plan for it, it's not scary. A lot of people come to us and they retire or they're close to retiring and they want confidence that they will be okay. And part of my conversation with them is, how do you feel about the stock market when it goes up and down, when it is volatile? How does that make you feel from both the financial aspect and then there's the emotional aspect? And you can guess what most people say. Ari, it's not fun when my money goes up and down. I don't like seeing that happen. I've worked hard for this and I'm scared in an early retirement to see my funds go down because I need these funds to last for 30, 40 plus years. And let me tell you, I hear you. Then someone retires and it feels different. Whether it's they thought they were going to be more aggressive or they're going to be more conservative, it just feels different because you no longer have new dollars hitting the market. And number two is you have a whole lot more time to check your account balances because you're retired. So that plays a role here as well. But here's why you don't need to worry. No matter what happens with market downturns, if you have a strategy that shows you are going to be okay, then it's a whole lot easier to go into that early retirement. So I invite people who are close to that early retirement goal or even thinking about an early retirement that they understand it is going to feel weird. It's not smart to go into this with the idea of it's going to feel just how it feels today. It's not, and I promise it's not, and that's okay. People think it's supposed to feel the same way it is right now. It does not feel that way. I can tell you, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people retire early, and what they all tell me is, Ari, it just feels different even after I see the numbers. I see that I will be okay even if market downturns are worse than we've projected. It just is going to feel different. But here's the good news. The reason you have a plan is to be able to speak with a planner like myself or someone else to be able to reiterate that confidence or tell you if a tweak needs to occur. Maybe we need to temporarily decrease spending. Maybe we need to shift the allocation. Maybe we need to do more Roth conversions. There's all these different aspects to planning, and what we need to do is be dynamic based off how markets are performing. Number 3 is that you are still going to feel busy. The third thing here is that you, I promise, are still going to feel busy, but it's a different type of busy. I call it you're busy. Not they're busy, but you're busy. And what I mean by that is oftentimes people who come to me, they've saved and invested well for many, many years. They've been working for an employer or they've had a business, but that business has kind of been their life or that employer has been their life. And yes, they have a family outside of that and they've got mortgages and they've got all these different things that they've had to kind of have the burden of, if you will, for many, many years. But now you're busy, meaning it's your type of busy. It's volunteering, it's mentoring, it's starting a YouTube channel, it's traveling. You're able to do what you want. And so some people are so scared of the boredom that comes to retirement that they just keep working. And I want you to know that you're still going to be busy. I don't have concerns over that, but it's going to be your busy. Now it takes work. You have to fight to make retirement your time. Think of Parkinson's law. Work expands to the time allotted to it. I invite you, keep some structure and prioritize. How do you keep it structured? Be involved and be intentional. What time are you waking up? How much golf are you really playing? What amount of time do you want to spend with family and friends? If you don't schedule these details in, which I've seen more times than you can imagine, the day kind of goes by and yet you're like, I was busy but didn't get anything done or I didn't feel fulfilled. So you have to be intentional. Some people think that'll happen automatically because work has had the schedule for you. Might not have been your ideal schedule, but it had a schedule for you. You had work you had to get done, and so weekends have really been your time. Even if you're going on vacation, that's really not a good predictor of what your day-to-day is going to look like. So invite yourself to truly be hard on yourself by making you in control of your busyness. You're the one that is going to have to put things on your schedule so the days that go by happen the way you want. Even if that's blocking out from 2 to 5 p.m., time with partner, time with friends. Even putting it on the calendar can feel rewarding, and it's something a lot of my clients that have been living by a calendar have been doing for so many years. Do you need to? No. Everyone works this way differently, but it can be helpful to be intentional and intentionally block off time so that you can spend time doing what you want to do as opposed to letting days go by. Number 4, and this might be the most important, is people struggle with their identity. When I ask people to come on board with us as clients, the first thing I'll do is I'll have a conversation and I'll say, tell me where all your financial documents are. And they can say, Ari, I know exactly where everything financially is. Here's my tax return. Here's all my statements. Here's my investments. Here's my projected income sources. Here's this spreadsheet. I go, awesome. What do you want to do in retirement? And they go, I have no idea. And they go, I've kind of thought of a few things, but I'm really not sure. And so to me, that's what we need to dial in. A lot of people struggle with the identity piece where financially they've been preparing for this moment so much that it then occurs and they're like, what do I do? And so working through either seeing my other videos where I talk about 7 fulfilling activities in retirement that you can do, especially for an early retirement, the reality is you need to think through that part as well. And guess what? Might be harder than organizing the finances. Number 5, and this might be my favorite. I said the last one, my favorite, but maybe it's this. There are no more supposed tos. You are in control of what you want to do. That can be super liberating to a lot of people to hear that. To other people, it can be super scary. So here's my ask. My ask is that you look at 90-year-old you and you say, what on earth would make 90-year-old you happy? For the next 30 years, what are you doing? If you're 90, you're looking back at your life, what did the last 30 years look like? Not the last 60 years or 50 years you just lived, but the next 30 years. What needs to happen so 90-year-old you goes, wow, you did a good job? Is it family time? Is it spending time with a new friend group? Is it focusing on your health? Is it volunteering? Is it mentoring? Is it, what is it that's really causing you to look back and go, yeah, that's what I wanted to do? So to summarize the 5 tips, number 1, financial planning does not end. Number 2, market downturns will feel different and they feel better with a plan. Number 3, you're still going to feel busy, but it's your busy. Number 4, you may struggle with identity. That is normal. The difference is you now have to be intentional about creating the new identity, which by the way can include parts of your old identity. That's allowed. Number 5, there's no more supposed tos. You're now in control of your early retirement, and these are common fears that come up. And so I have these conversations with clients and I share how they feel with all of you. So if this has been helpful, please like this video. Make sure to subscribe for more content when it comes to optimizing your early retirement. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you don't know, I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and this is what I love doing. I help people create a custom strategy to retire early. You can always reach out to me or a member of our team here at Root, and we would be happy to walk you through our planning process to show you how we can help you get more life out of your money.